it's so cold out here. They've cracked and now they're bleeding, which is not good, I think. Not the point though. I played like 2 games of this concert clash. The what is it called? The arcade game mode. The concert clash. Yes. I just carried a game, so it's cool. I do apologize in advance. My brain's running a little slow today. Being a corporate slave and all, you know how it is. Kind of lose your personality. Oh, I don't want to do that. No. Hold on a minute. Okay, so Le Shop. I actually don't think she's in here. Zoot. Terrible. These are still out. These skins. I don't know. I'm debating as to whether or not I should get all of them because I'm kind of like. I only want. I don't know. I like Sombra. I like Kiriko. I don't need them. Right? I have Kiriko's Mythic. I have her One Punch Man one. I have. What else do I have for Kiriko? We've already been through this on stream. I'm sorry. This isn't even the focal point. Yeah, we have her Witch skin. Which, you know, it's Halloween. You can't use that year round, right? Okay. Sure, I guess. But we have her Mythic skin, which is one of the best Mythics that we've gotten. I have her Hinatori one, which is kind of cyberpunk-esque, I guess. I don't really think anyone uses Hinatori, unfortunately. It's a pretty good skin. We have Sukajan from the Twitch drops. We also have her Overwatch League ones. We have her Rogue skin. Okay, my point here being we're good on Kiriko. We're also pretty good on Sombra because we have her long skin. We have both cat versions. We have Neon and Black. Black Cat, very good skin, very nice. Neon Cat, very good skin, very nice. Face Changer, not so much. Shulong, we have Rhyme. And we also have Guided Hunter. Gilded Hunter. Which is kind of mid, honestly. I'm not one of those, like, exclusivity troglodytes, but it's like when everyone uses the same Sombra skin, it's like, I don't really want to use the same Sombra skin as everybody else. That's kind of lame. I like having my own. I like being a distinguished gentleman and using Zhulong. But the point is, I don't remember what the point was, but they all look good. They all have K-pop skins. I just realized, you know, I was reading through Reddit. They mentioned the player base with mostly males. They just straight up shilled these, you know, very conventionally attractive female, cutesy female skins to us. And I kind of get it. I kind of get what the point was on that Reddit post. Like Kiriko, I'm tempted to get Kiriko, right? Kiriko looks super good. Tracer, skin looks good, but it's not different enough for me to warrant spending 25 bucks on it. You know what I mean? Like, I do like this. I like the art. I like the name card. Victory pose is pretty cutesy. All of them are. Sombra, probably worth picking up, I'd say. I think she's different enough, and it looks good. So I think Sombra is a contender as well as Kiriko. So, but the thing is like, if I had the money, I'd probably pick both of them up. Is that intelligent? No, not at all. That's 50 bucks. 2,500. You have to go to the next highest tier unless you spend 40 bucks for 4,400 coins, which is not smart. When with 10 bucks more, you get 3,000 more coins. So it's like, okay, I spend 50 bucks, I get 7,500 coins. I would have 8,100 total. 61 minus 68 minus 81. I don't know what that is. It's too many numbers. It's at least 5. Maybe 6, maybe 7. I don't know where I was going with that. But it's like, why buy 2 skins when you're 1,800 off from getting 3 more legendaries? So it's like, you know, the ultimate bundle isn't bad. The discount is only 1,600 coins from what I've seen on Reddit. That's what someone reported. So if you do get this, it'll probably be 50. If you pick up one skin, it'll be 5,200 coins for 20 bucks minus. So you'll be spending effectively 70 bucks because obviously who's not going to be buying the $50 bonus? I don't know what my point is. I do want one of these skins. I might pick one of them up, but at the same time I don't need either of them. And I know we have an Egyptian-esque season coming up, one of these seasons. I hope it's next season. Hopefully not. I don't know. It depends on what characters get skins. But if they do the Egyptian skins well, I will buy 100%, depending on who the characters are. I don't know, who would I buy? I think Egyptian Alari could be very, very well made. I don't know, Egyptian goddess Alari, Egyptian goddess Farah. They did like a Horus skin for her, the god of the sun, which would be fitting. Granted, she has Hades, but we're not going to talk about that. She has an Anubis skin. What? Blizzard, you're not helping me. You gave her 2 of the 3 Greek. Is Anubis a Greek related entity? I don't know. Not relevant. Not relevant. Ana could also get a pretty good skin. Granted, she keeps getting nerfed every patch. Instead of Blizzard actually doing their job and tinkering her numbers, they just keep nerfing her raw cooldowns, which doesn't help the game. I would rather my nade do 20 less damage in the gate for like half a second longer, half a second shorter, rather than have it on cooldown for 2 more seconds. Being out of the fight for that long is just not fun. It's not engaging. You have this mid. Kind of like that gun. I actually have not touched this skin at all. That's probably the best one, to be honest. Ooh, that's kind of cool. That's a combo I've never seen. I don't know. Do I really want to play Overwatch next season? I mean, if it's the Egyptian theme, maybe. But it's like, do I really want to spend 20 bucks on a game? Because then again, it's like 1/20th of a PS5. We start measuring things in terms of possible PS5 currency. Fish, dude. If I want to play Reinhardt, actually. Also not the point. I'm sorry. I keep getting distracted. My 2-second attention span is really feeling today. So the point is that there's this Alari skin. And it's free. Brand new Alari Epic. It's 1,000 coins. Overwatch. Do we really want this though? Ronkas one. We already have that. We have our Overwatch League White, which is pretty solid. I love our Overwatch League White. Do we have our pajama one? I kind of want to support this because, like, look. If you look at this, 1,000 Overwatch free coins for a brand new skin. That's awesome. Right, like this is a precedent that they're setting here. Do I really want to spend 1,000 though? Not really. Not for this. I think we will though. It's free. We'll do it. I'm not gonna do about it. Just go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. La di da di da. All right, check it out. Is it any good? Do we have any? Is she decked out at all? I don't think we have anything for Alari. I've like gradually gotten less cool stuff because it all costs money and I don't like spending money. Yeah. Oh, she can fly? Okay, you know, feel free, just take a seat on the pylon, whatever makes you happy. Pretty cool. All right, let's check out the huh, what did I just click? I clicked Hero Mastery, didn't I? What a loser. Let's check out the skin. I also got a donation through Patreon and it's not like processing in my account. I don't know why it's not. I'd say it would take like 1 to 5 business days, so maybe that's why, but I'm impatient.
I carry my burdens alone. You're just weak.
It's a good looking skin for free, right? Besides the point. Point is there's a free Alari skin, and you can get it with free currency, which is cool. I really wish Blizzard would do that more. I would totally be willing to spend 4,000 free currency on one of these guys. If they doubled it, heck, I'd just spend 5,000. I think 5,000 is a bit much, because it's so hard to grind, since it's like, what, 2,000 per battle pass? With the premium, I think it's otherwise like 1,000 or 5,000, 1,500. I actually don't know. Yuck. I forgot this skin existed. Terrible. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you get 2,000 per battle pass. Which I don't know if that is premium exclusive. Like I said, I think you get 1,000 or 1,500 without the premium battle pass. So it's like 4,000 is pretty steep, man. That's 2 seasons worth of saving up. So if you get 1 premium skin every 2 seasons, that would not hurt Blizzard. I mean, I guess it would ultimately. Financially, they're losing out on 20 bucks if someone's able to buy a skin, but it's more rewarding. I would be more inclined to play the game. Overwatch again? Yeah. I was just announcing that there's this, there's the Alari skin for free. That's the only thing I really cared to announce. It's this Amethyst skin, which is pretty cool. It's decent. It's an epic for 1,000. Which if they gave away legendaries for like 2,500 plus, like to 4,000, 5,000 for like the free Overwatch coins, I think that would be awesome. But the point is that this might set a precedent. I really don't think it is. I think it's just a random one-off thing. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, it's free, so it's like, I mean, I already showed it earlier in stream, so. But yeah, it's white currency, which is free and able to be grinded. Whatever the proper English version of that is. Earn a team kill? I could do that. Too bad I don't have her. Yeah, no, that's another thing. I hate that. They need to not be blocking heroes behind the battle pass. I've been like keeping up with the recent blog posts and stuff, and it's kind of restoring my hope in Overwatch. Because this Microsoft acquisition makes it to where it's not as like greed centric, like money, like it needs to be monetized, it needs to be changed for the sake of gaining money. Because it's kind of been the biggest problem, obviously. Which I was talking, I don't know, we'll see how the acquisition turns out. But I was talking about if I were to get any of these skins, which one should I get? I'm kind of stuck between Kiriko and Sombra. I'm really more towards Sombra though. But I also don't like Kiriko. Like I play both of them, I would say equally. If I'm on support, I play Zen or Ana. If I'm on DPS, I'm obviously not playing Sombra unless the enemy has like a Doom or something, like a Hammond. I think Diva's kind of a non-factor. That Tracer fan art looks really good. No, they did so good with the art. If there's anything incentivizing me to buy all of the skins, it's that artwork. Because whoever did that artwork did such a phenomenal job. I wish I could like reiterate how well of a job they did. They did a good enough job for me to want to spend 50 bucks on Overwatch. Wow, thanks Ghostface. Agumon. Is it the real Agumon?
Strikes him down.
How do you spell Agumon?
A fine day for charging and hitting things.
Fuck, dude, is that Tatsumaki Kiriko? Sweet. An OG.
You check out the new Antler album?
You've heard of that?
Yeah. So?
Oh, am I on
What'd you
voice
think?
chat? Whoops, sorry guys.
Keen electric guitars like those
Whoops.
guys.
Hello!
Push a rock up the hill.
Hey, Light.
Go push
How's
a
Overwatch
rock
been?
up
It's,
the
it's,
hill.
I mean,
Hear
I
me out.
haven't really
I
done
hear you.
anything.
Greetings! Catch
We've been streaming for 15 minutes, so nothing. Nothing too eventful has happened, to be honest. Let's play some Ryan. I just have the strong urge to play Ryan. I'm gonna die. Okay. It seems the urge to play Ryan was a mistake. I also have a strong urge to play Cyberpunk again, but I'm just gonna wait until I can access 2.0 in Phantom Liberty by extension. I've been listening to the new OST, and oh my goodness, let me say, the people who do the Cyberpunk music are, I love those guys. I love the people who make Cyberpunk music, all of it. My heart goes out to them. They're actually so artistically inclined. Such great individuals. The Marcin, I don't know his specific name. I know his name is Marcin though. He made the Run to the Edge OST when David fought Militech, and oh my god, that's such a good OST. That's probably one of the best OST I've heard in recent years. Like, everything in Cyberpunk is so cool. I think it's so unfortunate that... Don't let me die. There's a bug, there's a bug. I got you, don't worry. I think I got the bug. Alright, sorry about that. I was just a Sombra player. My bad. Let me up on the payload. Yeah, but the Phantom Liberty OST is so good. I love Cyberpunk. I hope I can play it soon. Honestly, my next paycheck, I'm thinking either A, I can save up for a firearm, which would be wise, especially given the state of how psychotic America is. Or I could buy a PS5, which is not as wise. Who's up here? Who's up here? Come here, Kiriko. Nope. Got a drawing tablet now, so you can try and get commissions. You just have a PayPal or something. Yeah, be careful with PayPal. Definitely learn the ins and outs of it. Or get a Patreon. I think Patreon would also be pretty good. Because you gotta find the OST and listen to it. Yeah, man. Cyberpunk OST is so good. I can't reiterate it enough. Those guys are so talented. But yeah, man, best of luck with your games. Hopefully they go well. Good luck with commissions. Again, if you need me to share anything or give you a shout out, I'm more than happy to. Oh, we had her.
Glorious, if I do say so myself.
Glorious. Good phrase. Did you really go Bastion to counter my rhyme? You little monkey, you little ape. Come here. Silly goofy goofy. Buddy, I have shatter too. You don't want to smoke right now, for real? Oh yeah, we're about to fattest shatter.
What's that? Feels like something, huh?
Yes, it does. Dude, a 7 Deadly Sins collab would be so epic. Reinhardt Escanor would be all I could ever ask for. Every time he shatters, just praise the sun. It's horrible. Oh. Okay, Diva, relax. Didn't she just nano? Oh, we won. Sweet. GG. I love playing Reinhardt. I was getting 5 elims. My bad. Oh, Bastion. Lame. Lame. 14 fire strike hits? Okay. Alright, alright. I can get behind that. Wait, is Harbinger the next thing? I think there's a Doom OST called Harbinger. Let me check this out. Oh my gosh, there is. I think I like this one too. Granted, there's not really many Doom OSTs I don't like. Just play it out loud. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we can get that Doom, not Doom, the Harbinger name card. That would be huge. Oh, it's Harbinger it is. Let's go. Just cue the Doom music as I enter the lobby. Oh no! Oh, Mudahar uploaded. Back, seen your message. Let me check. Check that out. Yeah, but to answer your question about that that Cry Machina game, I mean, it's cool. I like it. I like the attack strings and stuff. A lot of the stuff is a little not clear. Like, I know you have that bow, for example. I don't know if you, like, instantly regenerate ammo after a cooldown, or if it's, like, you have to go find the ammo in the overworld, or what the deal is with that. Just for example. I'll be right back. Trent. Let me check these messages. Darn it, we're missing 2 in roll queue. 2 for all rules. I don't know. All these skins look good in the art. Honestly, I kind of wish... Who else could have gotten a skin? Right? Let's think about this. May could have gotten a skin. Like, okay, I'm not even going to try to be like one of these social justice warriors or whatever, but... I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say it. May is actually of Asian descent, right? I believe she's Chinese. So I think they could have given her a skin over Brig, because when was the last time May got a good skin? I don't even know. I don't think we'd be able to check. But like May, K-pop May would have been kind of cutesy. I would have been able to rock with that. Granted, they probably tried to divvy it up. 2 DPS, 2 supports, 1 tank. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what they were going for. But even then, right? Well, I guess Tracer's the poster girl, so they kind of have to rock with Tracer. It is quite expensive. The Crime Machina game, yeah, I think it's like 60 on the dot, right? It's still, I think it's a pretty new game. So it is pretty high up in price. Did watch your Soma stream earlier while eating. I was thinking about Soma, actually, when I was at work. I kind of missed the characters. I wish there was more to it. Not more to it in that sense, but like I wish we had more content. Like I think Soma would make a pretty good like horror series. Like a horror miniseries, I think. I don't remember any of the characters' names. I mean, it's a deep lore game. Yeah, no, if they did like a horror series on it. I cannot remember her name, but I loved her voice actress. Let me say that now. All of the voice actors did fantastic. Everything about Soma was... I think it's such an underrated game. I'm surprised it's like not as widely recognized. The music is fantastic. The characters are pretty solid. Great setting. I think it all like comes together really well. I am very well surprised that it's just not as popular as it is. I mean, Catherine and Simon were the 2 main characters. I don't remember any of the other ones. The OST, Here Comes Mr. Ackers, Mr. Aker, however you pronounce his name. Still one of the spookiest ones. I highly recommend it, and it's not disappointing, even though it was a slow build. Yeah, no. Simon Jarrett and Catherine Trune, yeah. Loved Catherine's voice actor. She did awesome. She really nailed the character. I don't know, like halfway through the game you realize she's like a lonely, nerdy scientist. Sounds like she just needed a hug. Same thing with Simon, man. Bro woke up how far into the future? Half of these characters just needed a hug at the end of the day. I love Soma, honestly. I think it needs more recognition, 100%. I don't think it does anything like super duper game breaking, like super brand new and, you know, like changes the market of horror. I don't think that, but like not every story needs to be that. It was cool. It was a cool concept. Let me discuss about the deep stuff. Yeah. I really miss playing through Soma, to be honest. That it was a really good game. I am really surprised it doesn't have more. more fans, I guess, just more notoriety in general. Like, it is such a fantastic game. The point is, though, what I'm trying to say on Overwatch, I think Mei could have been good for a skin. And even if they wanted to do another support, I would have loved to see Alari. Granted, she's not, you know, her complexion probably doesn't match what they were going for, which is really unfortunate, because that would have been nice to see her. Obviously, Mercy would have been a prime candidate if they didn't go with Brig. But they all look good. Heck, I probably would have taken Mei over Tracer, to be honest. It is underrated, absolutely. I hope someday people come around to it and they're like, wow, this game is actually really good. Oh, not comp. Not comp. I am just a little tired. Let me check my home stream real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I miss playing Cyberpunk, though. We have Ghost Runner and Tokyo Psychodemic demos. Ghost Runner's freaking hard. I wish I could play it well, but man, I can get to the first level decent. I think the first time I cleared the first level, I had like 37 deaths. That's how bad Ghost Runner was. Ghost Runner's super cool, though. Cyberpunk setting, playing as like the Genji equivalent. Some people made Amnesia games. I know that there was the Bunker, right? Is it like an Amnesia spin-off? Tokyo Psychodemic was pretty spooky at the start. Apparently some like pandemic or some virus actually took over Japan in 2019, which is weird. I wonder when the game came out, because that like foreshadowed COVID. Oh no, don't open Dead by Daylight. Oh, really? Darn it. Would recommend playing it order. Is it like original Amnesia and then like the Bunker or something along those lines? I shouldn't keep leaving it, but yeah, Tokyo Psychodemic, I might actually play that on stream sometime. We'll have to see. I forgot we're in quick play, so everything's gonna be exponentially faster. Gibraltar. They're also remaking Hanamura into a new map for one of their new game modes. I don't know, the main problem with Brig is that we have two of her best skins. Like, we have Vampire Hunter and Goats. Or Goat. Yo. Super Genji.
Is this one a scrap or a heist? I wasn't listening.
Conquer Queen needs better skins too. She needs more.
Yeah. Was up last night. Thinking about who we used to be.
I try to focus on the good times.
Hey, yeah. We did have some of those.
You have to refer to your good times as some of those. Maybe they weren't so good.
You know nothing. You know nothing.
Do you hear my other side? You won't be disappointed. Mace to the face. Mace to the face.
There's really toxic voice lines in Overwatch.
So win this thing.
Genji, why are you dead?
Get out here. Looking better already.
Genji, why are you dying? It's in 2 seconds.
Comes into effect.
Please stop doing that. Ooh, wow, okay. We're on PC, what does he have to?
I should think that one over again. We really need the payload to move.
Thank you, Brig, I had no idea. I might have to go, I don't know. I don't think Zen is good right here. His Hans is kind of crap. Hans knows how to hit his headshots. Yeah?
What's up? I made that just for you. I made that just for you. Mace to the face. Mace to the face.
You know nothing.
Shut up, Anna. That's so mean. Bunkers later. There's an amnesia collection. Okay. You actually did think of a silly idea, but you didn't like it much.
Here, take this.
Oh.
Take cover.
Oh. Get around.
Step right up.
Don't die, castle boy. It is totally killable. Yeah. Oh, the Reaper.
Payload secured. Let's move.
I feel like they could do a really good Junker Queen skin with the Egyptian thing coming up, but I don't know, that might be too similar to her Zeus one.
Sending care your way.
Alright, there we go.
Rally to me. I'm under attack. I'm taking damage. That's the I'm on the payload.
Darn it. Okay. We'll go BAP.
Another day, another battlefield.
BAP's actually one of the most stupid supports.
Don't think the payload's going to push itself.
I think one of the most traumatizing games I had was, I think in Overwatch 1 actually. It might have been Overwatch 2. But there was this BAP, and he hard carried his team. He was so crazy, I can't even like begin to explain the amount of skill that this man had. Like, he needed to go outside. He's not taking my quality show. But like, if you can aim, BAP is so deadly. It's not even funny how powerful of a support he is. Like the sheer amount of healing he has, the sheer amount of damage he can output with headshots. Like, if I could aim, I'd probably be the best BAP player in the world.
Administered.
He didn't know. Wow. That's unfortunate. Apparently one of the Overwatch higher-ups was actually giving a talk about alternate media or something in Overwatch, and they said that they're not planning on doing an animated series anytime soon, which is unfortunate, because I think that's like Overwatch's win condition, is having multiple means of media. Like, if there's an Overwatch animated series, that would be huge in and of itself.
Get in here. Let them out.
Oh no! Oh no, you can heal me. What the? We did get a team kill though. I would kind of be scared to arm wrestle Junker Queen.
So,
To be honest.
let's go.
Although,
Engaging the enemy.
it might be worth it. I think if Overwatch made like a full-length game, like a whole solo player game, like even a co-op game, right? Like with the PvE all bundled into a $60 game, $70 game, whatever they want to do. I think that could work. I think they could salvage the PvE with that. Just scrap the current PvE they have, throw it away, and be like, hey guys, we're gonna give you a full game of PvE. Yes, well, this is special. I could be stealing kills.
Let's take him to the
Victory.
Yeah, there's just so much untapped potential with Overwatch. I really wish we had more than just the game. Like the base PvP game. Like, bro, nobody wants to spend 15 bucks on some corny like this. I'm not doing that. Right, even if you said, okay, 10 bucks for the Overwatch coins, I didn't even realize they had those in there, and 5 bucks for the missions, that's still just silly. These are practically demos, right? They should have gave these 3 missions away for free. They shouldn't have did the event one for free. They should have did all of these for free. Back if you missed anything? No. I was just asking what the silly idea you had was. That's all I was curious about. But I'm just thinking if Overwatch had like an animated series, if it had a game, like if they went full promo mode on Overwatch, I'm almost certain that they'd be able to get at least a large amount of audience back. I'm sure that there would be fan bases upon fan bases that would be able to be catered to with all of these different means. You'd have single player game, which could be the PvE that we didn't get in game. They would have to spend a few years developing that, but they have all the assets already, right? They have the story down. They have all the character models. They would just have to reuse those. Like, I wouldn't be angry with that if we got like a 10-hour Overwatch game that actually progressed the story and gave us more lore, even backstory stuff as DLC for that. Like, I don't like DLC personally, but if that's something we got with it, sure. Instead of this, 15 bucks for 3 missions that last 30 minutes each? You're telling me I could buy a game on sale, which is 12 hours of gameplay, and get an hour and a half on Overwatch? With no skill trees, with nothing. That could be something they implement, is a whole new rework of it. Like, right back to the original idea they had. Like I said, they can charge however much they want for it. 40 bucks, 60s, you know, 70 bucks, whatever max. If you want to call it a AAA Blizzard game, sure. You could co-op it with your friends. It runs on Overwatch's servers. It's not that big of a deal. Or you go through it solo. We both can stream at the same time and do some kind of race, like both of us doing Village of Shadows, and see who finishes first and see which one. And if one of us has to stop, the other has to as well. Oh, I got you. That would be kind of cool. A little race. I've seen stuff like that happen before. When I was heavy into the Pokemon community, they did these things called shiny races, and they would have 2 different streamers. Effectively, it would be 2 different streamers, or multiple even. And they would all just do their encounters or their method and see who got a shiny first, and whoever won the shiny race, and that's pretty much all there was to it. But yeah, like a race for a Resident Evil game, that would be pretty cool. Versus races. But yeah, I don't know. Overwatch has so much untapped potential. That's all I can say about it. Like, this mediocre gameplay with mediocre patch notes and a tank system that sucks, where it's practically rock, paper, scissors, like, that's not going to hold up for another 5 years. I hate to say it. Like, this game is not going to have the lifespan of Overwatch 1. Think of 2016 to 2020... 2022, right? That's when Overwatch 2 came out? Yeah, this game's a year old. Quote unquote. It's about 6 years, right? It had a 6-year run. Like, Overwatch 2, if it runs another 6 years, they're going to need to change the game drastically to keep new players coming and keep the old players retained. And I promise you, $20 skins is not going to be the way to do that. Like, if they make a show, a tie-in show, it would be so good. Cyberpunk did it. That I don't think people understand how much Edge Runners impacted Cyberpunk 2077, the game. Like, Edge Runners hard carried the second half of Cyberpunk's lifespan. You had like the base people who like probably just your standard gamer, like, okay, yeah, new game, I'll check it out. You know, Cyberpunk, I've heard good things about it. I'll buy it. It's a buggy mess. It's trash on release. Glitches out the wazoo. No point in playing it. Okay, whatever, unplayable. New anime comes out. People who actually enjoy the lore, enjoy the style of characters, they're drawn in. They're like, you know what? I'll give it another chance. You know, it's patched. Probably what was it at that point? Probably like 1.4, right? So it's playable. 1.4, 1.5, probably 1.6 in that range. It's like, okay, game's enjoyable, you know? Like, I played Cyberpunk 2077 on PS4, base PS4, not PS4 Pro, not like 1 terabyte PS4. I'm talking 500 megabyte base PS4 from like 2014. Granted, it's a new PS4, quote unquote. I got it new, right? It's not new at the time of me playing Cyberpunk. I've had it since like 2019-ish. So I've had the PS4 for a while, but the point is, so Cyberpunk was able to run on base PS4 enjoyably, without much issue. Like, there was loading problems, sure, whatever, but I didn't mind that. The world of Cyberpunk, the characters, it's all just so fantastic. And Edge Runners, I think, was a good way to help us realize that. I think Overwatch has the same potential, right? You have this like fantastic cast of characters, a whole bunch of different diversity, if that's what your goal is. A whole bunch of different cool world building, lots of lore, super cool character designs. Like, bruh, this giant German man swinging a 7-foot hammer. Like, you can't tell me that's not the coolest thing. Freaking Japanese dude summoning dragons. That's awesome. No one can tell me otherwise. Giant, like a crime syndicate warlord with a giant mechanical fist. Like, bro, all of these characters are pretty cool. Sans like Roadhog. You can die. I don't care about you. And Symmetra, she can also die. I don't care about you. Corpo scumbag. Literally perish. Get off of my game. Get out of my hero gallery, please. I hate Symmetra. I didn't realize chat was going off so much. Just for fun. Yeah, no, obviously it would be for fun. I don't think it would be like a super competitive thing. Maybe it was best that you didn't get these. The Overwatch ones? The skins? I don't blame you. I think they're fantastic, right? And if I had the money, I would have already picked them up. I'll be honest with you. If I had $50 to spare, I would have already picked these up. 5 skins for $50? That's $10 a skin. That's what I've been asking for. It's literally what I've been asking Blizzard for the past year. Give us legendaries for $10. That's what this is. It's a glorified bundle that makes the legendaries. Well, I mean, with massive caveat, with this, right? For 50 doubloons, you're getting 5 legendary skins on top of all the emotes and stuff. Massive. Massive Blizzard W. I think $50 is still astounding for in-game cosmetics. I wish it was $10 per thing, right? Like, if I was like, okay, I want to buy Sombra, I'll spend $10 to get her. That would be epic. Sombra's your regret? Really? I think Sombra's one of the best looking skins. I think the only not good looking one is Tracer. Just because she's not different enough. But she does have blonde hair, which is interesting. Her leggings are hardly different, and her jacket just does not warrant enough of a change. You just don't like Sombra? That's fair. I don't disagree with you there. I mean, even then, Tracer doesn't look terrible, but I'm not spending $25 on this, bro. Let's be honest here. For leggings that say Fearless and a puffer jacket, and her new Skechers, like, that's not it. And the backpack. Not it. Granted, the name card is pretty solid. All of the name cards are really cool. I love them. Yeah, Kiriko and Sombra are probably the best ones. Brig, not bad. Compared to our other skins, it's a no-go. I think this one is mid compared to Vampire Hunter or Goats. Diva, I hate the fact that we can't get her out of mech, right? Like, her gameplay is just purely in mech. It's just glittery purple, blue sparkles. It's like, okay, you know, it is what it is. It's not bad, right? It's Diva, but at the same time, bro, I want to see Diva. I don't want to see the giant robot that she's in. But that's, you know, counterintuitive to the gameplay. I get that. And the music video soundtrack was still selfish. Yeah, that's fair. She's kind of like the little villain of the arc, little villain of the week. Her skin looks pretty solid, though. I can't lie. The gun is decent. I think all the weapons are decent on him. But Kiriko's is probably the best quality-wise. Like, truly legendary skin status. Like I said, she has the jean jacket. They changed all of the textures on it. Her boots are there. She has like the knee-high socks. You know, she got the custom kunai strapped to her thigh. The shorts, the jean shorts. It's like a whole different deal. Like, her skin is completely like from the ground up built, kind of. Like, obviously they have her base character model, but the hair, the beanie, the kunais themselves were textured differently. The tickets were, and her Suzu was also kind of looks like a grenade. And the charm, yeah. That's the one good thing about getting this, is that you get the charm. Which I'm pretty indifferent about. I have so many Pachamari charms, I don't really care. But none of them are bad. Sans Tracer. But I'm debating between Kiriko and Sombra. Those are the two that if I have money when these are... If I get money and they're still out, I will probably buy the entirety of the collection. We'll see. We'll see. Alternatively, I can save up because, like I said, my two big options right now are either go for a PS5 or to buy a firearm and my license to use it concealed, which that's not the point. America's crazy, and to not have self-defense is just like going outside naked. I don't really like it. After all that bad talk, you'll be disappointed if I get Sombra. That's fair. I don't know, it's just difficult, because with Tracer, I have... Let's look at my Tracer skins. Alright, let's take a gander. We have her Adventurer one. We have her Mythic skin. We have so many of our other skins, too. We have Nezha. Or Nezha, however you want to pronounce that. We have her 2018 Atlantic All-Star skin, which, you know... Slipstream is pretty cool as well. I think 2018 and Adventurer are like her peak skins, right? Like, I don't need any other Tracer skins. I don't play Tracer enough to warrant that. And when I do, I really don't mind her looking like Super Saiyan Blue. Firearm what? Yeah. Trust me, I have my own opinions on firearms, but I can guarantee you there's no way in the world that America is changing the Second Amendment. And, like, logically speaking, if at the point we're at in America, if criminals were to be more criminalized for carrying firearms, that's not going to stop them. Like, this country is too far gone. That's the best way I can put it. Even if they criminalized firearms to the point of, like, you can't have guns, you know who all is going to have the guns? Criminals. And then you're de-arming the citizens. It's like, even if in some perfect world where citizens were like, okay, we're going to relinquish our firearms to the government, which, look, at this point in time, who, like, tyranny isn't an issue, right? If the government wants to do something, they're going to do it, with or without your vote. They don't care about that. That doesn't make a difference. I don't think people realize that. Like, if politicians have an agenda to shill, they're going to shill it regardless. So, like, look at Bernie Sanders. He's clearly been voted in and highly anticipated for the last, what, 6 to 8 years? And you're telling me Joe Biden beat Bernie Sanders in the Democrat state? No. They wanted Sleepy Joe up there to make Democrats look more inept, right? I'm independent. I don't care about either side. I think they're both bozos, but that's not the point. We're not going to get into politics. But the point is just that there's no world where Joe Biden got more votes than Bernie Sanders. And even then, Pete Buttigieg was a candidate in the 2020 election. I don't know. Whole thing is screwed up. Democracy is not real in America. That's the only thing I can say. You can vote all you want. It doesn't matter. Because then there's still like the House of, no idea who these people are. They're U.S. politicians. You're not missing out on anything, I promise. Bunch of rich douchebags at the top of their ivory towers looking at the citizens like sheep. That's all it is. That's all American politics is. I don't know. It's not coming specifically to mind because I haven't taken a government class in a semester, so I forgot everything about it. But there's like the citizen votes, and then there's like the court votes, like the actual senator votes for the president or something. I don't know if it's senators. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. Which kind of invalidates my argument because you don't know what you're talking about. But come on, open your eyes. You can see it just clearly. Whoever it is in the state legislation that votes for the president, their votes count more. Like the chamber, whatever, whoever, some other politicians from each state representatives, they also vote for the president. Those guys' votes, they have more weight than the citizens do. Like citizens, I think they voted for Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump, and yet Trump still won because the politician votes, they actually overridden? They had overwritten the citizen votes. So even at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. The citizens can say this, that, the other. It doesn't matter. It's a bunch of hoopla. The only time you heard of elections is in the Purge, the Purge third movie. Well, we're probably getting there. Heck, who knows? It's like the ultimate conservative idea. All you poor people kill each other. Save us the trouble. That's all that is. Not the point, though. Neither here nor there. I don't know where this tangent came from. What were we talking about before this? Your favorite mythic is Tracer. Really? One lady wanted to end the purge. Yeah. No real politician would do that. She was the target, yeah. I actually watched a little bit of it. I think her security guard guy was in the second Purge movie, right? I love that dude. He's such a cool character. He's like the John Wick of the Purge movies. It's probably my favorite character for the ones that I watched. Because I know that there was Purge 1, Purge 2, and then there was Election Day. Indeed he was, yeah. He was in the second movie. He had his own backstory and plot. He's a really cool guy. Cool character. Tracer's Adventurer skin. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I really wish the customization was a little better, though. It's right up your alley when it comes to government dress. Yeah, right? Yeah, I wish you could customize the armor and like the headdress. Like if I wanted the knight armor, but also have her hair out, I wish I could do that. I wish they had kept them separate, but very fun. Who knows? All of the colors are pretty solid. The red was pretty decent. Although personally, I love the teal one. Her hair turns white. I never noticed that. Her hair changes with each color. But seriously, what would I do if the Purge is announced? I mean, I would like to believe that the law would protect us from that. Like, there's no way you can allow for one night constitutional anarchy in one night. Like, there's no way. I truly believe the government would be overthrown before that point. Because that is tyranny. Whatever the government says goes at that point, and that would not fly. They would have to do a whole bunch of law loopholes to even get close to that being real. Like, they would have to consider it martial law and this, that, and the other. Who knows, you wouldn't be surprised by the government. I'd like to believe they wouldn't go to that low. They already systematically terrorize poor people with drugs and whatnot, enticing them by crime. I really don't think they need the Purge to do that. All that would do would fall back on them negatively. No, we would definitely see a revolution, an uprising, and I would 100% back that if the U.S. government was saying that the purge is legal. Like, there's no way. The only people with inherent protection would be the super rich, and the only people who would be prime targets of it would be poor people. Not to mention you have sick pieces of garbage out there who would take advantage of that time period and do like absolutely heinous things, even if they're not poor, regardless. And you have your middle class citizens who don't have that level of protection that the rich do, and they would inherently become targets. And that's accurate in the movies? Yeah, no. I think it's just an allegory for society. That's pretty much what those movies are. It's like an allegory for the government or whatever, but yeah, no. If they did that, there would 100% be. I'd hope there would be an uprising or a revolution at that point. Like the government would go off its rocker if they truly believed that the purge would be the answer to society's problems. At least in America, there's no way. I know all of us always talk about leaving, but nobody has the money to leave. If someone wanted to leave the U.S., they would have, right? They would have moved to Canada. They would have moved to Europe, Germany, whatever. Whatever place they wanted to go. Block my apartment or hide somewhere else. I don't know what I would do. I'd have to be like in the moment to see. It would depend on a lot of circumstances. Do I have the means to protect myself? Do I have the means to like barricade my apartment and be like, oh yeah, I can hang out here for 12 hours without worry? And there's things like my family and stuff like that. I have to worry about those people and be like, okay, where do I play into that? Do they have proper protection? Do I need to be there with them to make sure they have proper protection? What exactly is it going to take to have proper protection, you know? Does money allow for it? If not, what's the next best alternative? Honestly, I think the best bet would be to leave the country, or just to migrate somewhere else. Shoot, you'll come on over. I would not subject another person to that, no. Best bet would be to leave the U.S. I mean, that's all fictitious, though. Let me clarify. This is all in like the hypothetical sense. Everything I've said so far has been the hypothetical sense, or whatnot. It'd be cool if Macho was the next mythic, but who would he be? Like, what would it be? I guess it depends on the theme. Did I really buy this? I did. Goofy. Yeah, I think it would be. It would have to be against the law. Like, I would need some crazy lawyer law nut to deduce that. There's no way it's unconstitutional for them to do something like that. I mean, the entire thing would be inciting crime, right, on behalf of the government. Like, that is, in and of itself, inciting violence. You're literally not even encouraging it, but you're actively letting it happen. Like, there's no way that in a legal setting that would work. I don't know what the future holds. Pretty bleak, but again, I don't know. Yeah. You want my take on it? My very depressing take. I think at the rate we're going with the amount of resources humans consume, how widespread it is, the amount of trash we produce, the amount of reproduction going on, either A, the population is going to get too much for the planet to handle, and then the quality of life for everybody other than the super rich is going to, dwindle until, we probably end up getting like a major disease again. Probably be like COVID, but on a much wider scale. Which again, I want to say, thankfully, COVID was as not deadly as it was to your average person. A lot of the people who were who fell victim to it, they had like other pre-existing medical conditions. Like I had COVID. I think you've had COVID at one point, Star. Um, like for your average person, it's not that big of a deal. It's pretty much, it's the regular virus. At the worst, you're asymptomatic. Mid-tier, it's probably a common cold, and worst case, if you're a normal person, you got a fever, you're tired, you're drained. You did off of what we lived. Yeah, right. So that's the thing. Imagine if we had something like the bubonic plague become the big talk of the town, the big pandemic that spread across the world. If we had something as lethal as the bubonic plague, I firmly believe that a lot of the U.S. would have been wiped out. Heck, I got it, ultimately. So at the end of the day, who knows? It's astounding how many people don't wash their hands after using the bathroom. It's astounding how many people can't simply like wear a mask properly even. Which is funny to me because the same people, like, I just want to say my piece here. I hate getting into politics. It's just so brain dead. But the same people who are like, I'm not going to be no government sheep. And they talk about not following guidelines from the CDC and scientists who are exponentially more intelligent than they'll ever be in their entire existence on this planet. Like, I'm not going to be no sheep. I'm not going to do all that. And then they sit there and they religiously follow politicians. It's funny to me. It's just so funny. I usually see it on the conservative side. I'm going to be completely honest. That's something I've realized. A lot of those people are like, we've got liberty, this, that, the other. Like, no, you don't, buddy. Go clock into your 9 to 5. Your life is not yours. You belong to capitalism. Shut your mouth. It's just so funny to me. Like, where do they draw the line at what liberty is and what it isn't? You only got it because you haven't eaten for a couple hours. It's got you vulnerable. I mean, there's a lot of different factors, like areas you visited, if there were people that you were in contact with who had it, this, that, the other, whatever. Listen, I'm a man of science. There is a certain way that things work, the way that biology works. And if a virus enters your lungs and by extension your bloodstream after the fact, because you're not protected because someone else isn't protecting themselves and others, then it's just what it is. With Attack on Titan, there's an explanation that'll say there will always be bigger enemies in conflict unless there's a bigger enemy. Yeah. There's always that saying, my enemy's enemy is my friend. Which isn't true, but you think about it, you have a common enemy, you will pair up with someone to take out that enemy, but then guess what? You take out that enemy, things aren't all fine and dandy. You're back to square one. That's the thing. I think with humanity, there's very few win conditions. I think one of them is, by some miracle, we all wake up, we live in unity, we don't let menial things like race and ethnicity divide us. Which, haha, yeah, right. Everyone wants to play the victim. Everyone wants to be on a power trip for menial reasons. There's no way that humanity is just going to wake up one day, be humbled enough to be like, oh, you know what? Maybe we're not so different after all, regardless of our intrinsic, inherent differences. But no, we'll hang on to that like it's the air we breathe. Alternatively, I don't know, like a hard reset of humanity. If we had like the Thanos snap, just snapped and half of humanity was gone, maybe that would put things into perspective. I don't think people realize how fleeting life is. I don't think people realize how lucky we are to be alive inherently. Like just in the world, on the planet, on the universe. Like the conditions for our existence are so lucky. Like whether you believe in evolution, whether you believe in the religious aspect, whatever it is. I mean, look, I'm not a huge religious nut, but I'd like to believe that there is a higher being, right? Like, you think about the oxygen on Earth, the fact that we were able to either evolve and accommodate it to the point where everything is possible for us to live, or whether we were put here and an asteroid didn't simply just wipe us out, you know. By many a conditions, I think we're all lucky to be alive. You get hated on by your cousins for your love of anime and respect for Asian people, like Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. Yeah. I mean, I can enjoy those cultures, but I think, like, I have one Asian friend. I've had a couple through the years. It's not really like a shining point, like, oh yeah, I'm an Asian activist because I've had Asian friends. I have one Asian friend. It's just like you kind of get a peek into that culture, and even through like media and stuff like that. Like you see all the culture they have. It's I like it, right? Like I wouldn't mind assimilating to it, but of course, if you look at it from the contrary, like on the opposite, I'm just some guy, right? Whatever race it is that I am, whatever it is that I will be, I'm never going to be Asian. So it's like they look at me like an outsider. I'm not one of them. That's just how it is. I don't know anything about you or your ethnicity or your race, but truth be told, in this example, you're not Asian, so realistically depends on what culture you go to, they won't accept you as one of theirs, even if you love their culture and respect it and show integrity. True, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just the way it is. That's just the way humans unfortunately are. It's just the path we've decided to choose. Instead of exclusivity and whatnot. Not to say that all Asian people are like that. Let me clarify. I know there are plenty of cultures out there that love for people to be assimilated. I know Mexican culture is a big one. I love Mexican culture for the most part. I don't know if Canadians have culture aside from like moose, moose and maple syrup. No, I don't know any Canadians. I've been told that I look like a Canadian, whatever that means. I don't know everything about Asian culture, but I've lived around Mexican culture for a pretty long while. They're pretty cool. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I'll box myself here. I'm half Mexican, right? But I'm not really like apparently, like outwardly looking. One half of my Canadians is poutine and syrup, right? And mooses. They ride horses around. They have a police force that rides horses. It's pretty awesome. I might move to Canada. Be a horse detective. Sojourn's Canadian, isn't she? They have croissants, right?
Ugh. Croissant. Croissant.
Nice. Oh, Canadians are kind of French though, aren't they? Like, isn't there some like mix of like France and Canada, like France culture? I'm gonna get canceled for this entire ordeal. Point is, I don't think many cultures are predisposed to disliking you, but there will always be that facet of people and culture that won't look at you completely, right? Like there might be some group of, I don't know. I'm not a representative of any of these ethnicities or races or whatever, so don't take my word for it. But there could be one group of like Asian people that accept you. You're like, oh, you know, hey, we love when people embrace our culture, right? Like I can see that. I've seen that. I've actively seen videos like that and people talking about it. They're like, I love when people embrace Asian culture, this, that, the other.
It's always the widow.
I have to buy that. Huh? Well, what did they just do? Oh no, I broke Overwatch. Oh no, what did I do? That's funny. I like that voice line.
Croissant? Croissant? It's about to get real.
Oh, no. Go down. Did the down on my D-pad break? What the heck?
In the Croissant? Ugh. Don't give me that decaf.
Yuck. It's crazy to me that people drink decaf coffee. That's wild. Oh, Elodie is a French Canadian? Yeah. I don't know why. I think at some point in history, France had something to do with Canada. Don't quote me on that. My world history is real weak. I didn't really pay attention in that class. But ultimately, there will be some people in some cultures that will accept you as you are, regardless of where you come from, right? That's just the nature of it. I know a family member had a coworker who was Samoan, and we went to their party, and they were very kind people, very accepting, right? Like, it didn't really matter who you were, where you came from. They treated you like family, and I love that. I love that type of embrace. Like, you don't have to put these menial things like, oh, what color you are, who you are, this, that, the other. Like, those things don't have to matter. They only matter if you make them matter. And there's nothing wrong with taking pride in who you are and stuff like that. But then there's, like, the inverse, right? We'll talk about here in America. It's kind of a double standard. Like, we'll talk... Oh, man. Like, personally, I don't care. You can take pride in your race, whatever. Some people are weird about it. Some people are just proud of who they are. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable in your own skin, right? Like, let me clarify that. There's a double standard, though, right? Like, you say you're white and proud. That's kind of racy. That's weird. Like, you hear that, and your first thought is like, oh, weird. Okay. And someone says they're black and proud, and it's empowering at that point. It's the same thing with women, right? And men. It's this weird double standard on things. Like, if you say you're a woman and you're proud, that's empowerment. But if you say you're a man and you're proud, that's misogyny? Because men are inherently better than, like, women? That's the assumption with that statement, but that's not true. Like, I'm a man, I'm a male, I'm indifferent about it. I don't think it really matters. I don't think it changes anything. Do I take pride in it? I mean, I'm just another freaking half hairless ape like the rest of everybody else on this planet. It doesn't make that, it's not that deep to me. Like, I'm not trying to get canceled. I'm not trying to put anyone down for anything, but there's this weird double standard that comes with it. You know what I mean? But there's always context and there's always intention, right? So a lot of these things, it depends on the place on where it comes from, right? Dang. Like, I'm not trying to down on anyone for anything. Like, you can be proud of your race and your skin color. Like, I don't think Americans have culture. I think our culture is diluting other culture. That's what it is. Like, oh yeah, everybody come on in and tell you we don't want you to come in. But, like, there's no inherent culture here, right? Like, you look at, I guess we'll use, like, Japan, for example. That's another, like, I'm not trying to be a weeb here. Like, they like integrity, mind yourself, honor, all of that stuff like that. Like, obviously not every day Japanese people are going to be like, oh, samurai, code of honor, this, that, the other. Some of them are just living honest lives. And same thing for Americans, right? You just live day to day. You wouldn't go that far. Don't feel you're meaningless because you're not. No, I'm not saying that in that regard. My life has as much meaning as I give it. I think that's the same for everybody. But it's like, there's nothing wrong with having pride in yourself, but you shouldn't have to bring other people down in that same vein. Like, you can be proud of your race without having to bring another race down, or your ethnicity, or your culture, or whatever it is, right? You can have someone as pasty as a can of paint. They might be adopted by a family from a different country in America. If they grew up in that environment, if those are the people that they are around, and that's the culture that they want to live by, so be it. I just think we put too much emphasis on menial things like that. Like, it's literally killing us. It's poison. The fact that we judge people based on things like skin color and ethnicity, where they come from. Like, I've seen racist firsthand. What if people weren't proud of their own race? I mean, it depends. You don't have, like I said, I don't take pride in any of it. Like I said, I'm half Mexican. That's not something I inherently take pride in, but it's not something like, oh, I'm disgusted by it. It's just, I'm indifferent about it. It doesn't make a difference to me. In America, there's this big racial divide because that's just what it is. That's just how the state of things is. It's unfortunate, but it's just like that. This country is built upon that hatred of others. That's what it is. We, as Americans, we stole this land from the people who originally owned it. We took people from other continents and did terrible things to them. But that stuff's happened all over the world. Not to like, cope American, but it's like, that's just the reality of it. The Irish were some of the first slaves to ever be out there, right? And those are white people. Black people were terribly treated here in America. Like, it's just, there's horrible just cases all over the place. It doesn't matter. It's not like a this, that, or the other. Like, it's an atrocity. We need to move beyond it. Just try to be better than the people who were here before us. Instead of thinking so far into our heads, I think we should all look at it on like the macro scope of things, like the grand scheme of things, if you will. Like, maybe we should all try to do what we can to make the world a better place. Like, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your religion, your culture. Hope there's no World War III as well. I don't know about that one. If you look at the things that are going on, and there's just the political spirit at large. I don't know. America feels the need to get involved in everyone else's conflict, so it's like, it's hard to say. But even then, you got the whole thing in, I'm not even going to pretend to understand the situation. If anyone wants context, go look it up for yourself. I still have not formed my own opinion. There's like the whole Palestine and in Israel, Gaza, Egypt conflict going on over there. There's a whole lot of terrible things going on. I think, from what I understand of it, I think there's a lot of loud people who represent certain groups that are speaking for everyone when that in fact not the case. I think we should treat everyone as human, as equal, with kindness, regardless of who you are or where you come from. Like, by default. I did not tune into your gaming world, but yeah, nah, I'd rather not taint your mind with the knowledge of the world. It's poison. But in short, there's a lot of conflict in the Middle East. There's that. China's looking at Thailand like it's a freaking hungry jaguar on the prowl. And we know that if China tries to go for Thailand, America's going to step in, and that'll probably be a war. And we already know Russia and China are buddy-buddy, so it's like, oh, haha. You got Ukraine going against Russia and absolutely slapping them because Russia's incompetent. I would still be willing to fist fight Vladimir Putin right now. Like, I'm calling Vladimir Putin out. You come to the U.S., I will fight you myself. One-on-one, man to man. I will slide Vladimir Putin. He's probably like half a foot taller than me. I don't care. I'll slide him. I'll knock his hairline back another 20 years. I'll slide Vladimir Putin. I'll slide Kim Jong-un. I'll slide any of these dictators. 1v1? Gerbil ab boy. What's his face? Kim Jong-un. Bro looks like a gerbil. Bro looks like a hamster. Okay? I would slide him myself. Listen, I'm no patriot, right? Ugly people? Absolutely. I'm not some like American patriot, but like for the sake of my country and for the sake of every other country, for the sake of their own countries, I would slide every single one of those guys, fist fighting them. If you put me in a boxing ring with Kim Jong-un or Vladimir Putin, I will, one round, I knock him out, done. I'm cooking him, toasted with butter. On a plate of eggs and sausage or bacon, your preference, I don't care. I would lay any of those troglodytes out. And even if I don't, I'd still try. Kim Jong-un, I can slide him. Bro does not know anything. I'd slide Kim Jong-un. Russians are built different. I'm going to be honest with you. So if Vladimir Putin got in there and he was in his boxing trousers and had the six-pack and the massive pecs and the biceps bigger than my head, I would just You know, touche. He got me there. I don't think Vladimir's as out of shape as Kim Jong-un, for example. He's old. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you know, oldness does not particularly equate to weakness. Old and senile. Putin, I don't know. I'm honestly not super caught up with Russia. I do know they're losing to Ukraine, though, which is pretty pathetic. It's just funny to me. Like, haha, go ahead, try to take the land, and you end up losing anyways. I mean, granted, Ukraine has gotten so much supplementation from around the world, but that's not the point. Russia, one of the big powers in the world, is fighting this state that they thought they could conquer in a day. With supplementation. Just, you know, they're getting life support from the rest of the world. And Russia's still getting slapped. Like, that's pathetic. Just call it off, buddy. You lost. Just take the L. It's just pathetic that these people have to show their power through means of force. It's terrible. It's so weak. It's truly the epitome of pathetic. Like, I can't help but feel bad. Like, man, you gotta feel real stupid. Like, oh yeah, I'll conquer this small country. I'll call it my own land. If you get slid, sitting there with bloodshed on both sides, it doesn't matter. Your own troops are in there dying. You're killing troops on the other side, and you're still getting nowhere with your entire conquest. How pathetic. What a bunch of losers. You guys call yourselves one of the superpowers. Pathetic. Pathetic. That's all I can say. Russia is a joke. No, I mean, unfortunately, there are people there who have no choice but to live. Like, they're, like I said, in all countries. You think of North Korea, do all of those people really hail Kim Jong-un as a deity? No, they don't. They're smarter than that. They have more than 2 functioning brain cells. Their synapses work. They don't see him as this divine being, but guess what? If they speak out against him, you know what they do? They get shot. They get killed. Their family gets killed in front of them, tortured, and then they get murdered. Do you want a pure case in point? You fear North Korea? There's nothing to fear there. They're just tyrants. Pathetic bunch of cowards. That's what North Korea is. Like I said, I have my gripes with the U.S., but at least I can take pride in the fact that a lot of our people are free. Even if they have the right to say stupid things, at least they have that. You can say any unintelligent, stupid, baseless quote, but at least you won't get shot for it. 80% of the time, depending on where you're at. Don't go to Chicago. You'll get shot for saying stupid things. Not the point. At least you won't have the military banging on your door for it. Unless you're calling out the CIA or you're making threats to people you shouldn't be making threats to, but that's neither here nor there. My point is, you said stupid things. I mean, that's what half of these dictators are. They're jokes. That's why Fidel Castro fell. Granted, he had a pretty decent run before he fell. Not to say he was a good person. His people were terribly off, but he was probably sitting on his ivory tower just as well. Like I said, I have my problems with the U.S., but at the very least, our people are relatively free. For all the problems we have, at least we're not North Korea. Like, that's next level pathetic. Kim Jong-un is a coward. Vladimir Putin's a coward. Like, I'm just some random citizen, so nothing I say makes a difference, and that's probably for the better. Otherwise, I'd get on national television and flame all these little primitive, pre-evolved life forms for their stupidity and their ignorance. You do know some idiot talking bad about females and got arrested? That's usually how it goes. Probably Andrew Tate, right? Andrew Tate's a whole other can of worms. It is... I don't even know where to start with that. It is crazy to be at him. I'm so glad they got him off the pizza boxes. That is the best thing to me. They found out he was in, I think it was Romania, right? They found him off the pizza boxes. That is some pure detective work. I love it. That made me giddy when I figured that out. Andrew Tate's just an idiot. That's all I can say. He's just... I never watched his fights. I never knew about that. He had a pretty good record, though. I think he was like 40-9. Probably 43-9, maybe. He was in the 40 range, and he lost 9. So it's like a decent record, right? He won 80% of his fights. So, I mean, as like a fighter, the fighter in me commends him for that, but at the same time, Bro probably got hit a little too hard in the ring because he said some pretty stupid things. But the people who religiously follow that man are the most oxymoronic humans in existence. Like that, they have to genuinely be NPCs spawned in from another realm. That's all I can say about that. It is astounding to me that these men, these kids, these children, whoever you want, whoever it is, whoever it might be, they preach this idea of manly, masculine independence. You know what they do? They follow another man. Like, I'm going to use their logic, their little low-level, bottom-of-the-barrel logic here. They're manly men, right? The peak of masculinity, alpha males. But you know what they do? They follow this one guy who they view as the alpha male. And guess what? That doesn't make you an alpha male, right? Every pack has one alpha. That's how that works. So when all of you are flocking to one, you invalidate your position as an alpha male inherently. And you sacrifice your masculinity because you're sitting here and following the words that one other man is preaching as gospel. That's what that is. I can't begin to fathom it. It's got to be like the 14-year-old underdeveloped brain. Like, look, I'll be honest with you, I've never had a real father figure in my life. Right? Like, I never had a dad in the picture, nothing crazy like that. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But I've never caved and called Andrew Tate my savior, or the GOAT, or the greatest of all time. Andrew Tate is this like half manlet who makes his money off of glorified OnlyFans girls. That's how he makes his money. That's how he is consistent with it. That's what he does. Like, literally, that's what he does. He has a house full of women that do things related to like OnlyFans and stuff, and he kind of uses them as his little networking to build more money. That's effectively what he does. It's, you know, allegedly. Let me clarify, for legal reasons, allegedly. One of your cousins liked him, and I was like, what? Granted, this was a month ago. Your cousin needs to grow up. I'm sorry. I accidentally came across his Instagram account earlier. It was just reels. It was like this Sigma alpha male Andrew Tate post. And Andrew Tate said some basic thing. I think it was like, oh yeah, I love women. Women are to be cherished, this, that, and the other. And it's like, yeah, but you're also invalidating them completely. So it's, you know, kind of oxymoronic, kind of contradictory, but, you know, whatever, man. No, inherently, even disregarding all the stupid things that he said, the fact that he has this flock of sheep who also think that they're alpha males or will become alpha males through following him, it's literally, like, think about that. Think about that statement. If you're a wolf in a pack and you're following the alpha, you know what that doesn't do? That doesn't make you the alpha, because you know what you're doing? You're following the alpha, which instantly invalidates your position in even a relative role. Like, it's a skewed idea of society. It's this pseudo masculinity and pride. These people are so insecure about their masculinity that they find the validation through another man. Which, hey man, if you ask me, that's pretty fruity. Like, I don't discriminate, but like, come on, face your fears. You know, come out of the closet a little bit. There, I know the world is really accepting of that nowadays. Maybe not the Middle East, but we're not going to talk about that. I just find it so funny that people praise Andrew Tate like he's the next Lord and Savior. It's just like, buddy. Whenever you hear alpha males, they cringe like they're so tough. It's literally... I forget who said it. I think it was some fighter. It might have been like Mike Tyson. Don't quote me on this. But I think someone said, one of these like cool fighters, he was like, if you have to point out the fact that you're an alpha male, you're not an alpha male. Like, there's no such thing as an alpha male. There's no such thing as a sigma male. You call yourself that to compensate for the fact that you feel insecure about something in your life. That's what that is. Sojourn has a cinematic? Oh my gosh. Oh, I thought she had those implants. I was like... cutesy. Okay, nice. I've never seen her cinematic before. Look at Murphy. What a little guy. Nice. How cozy. There it is. He's chewing on the Pachamari.
Huh. Agent Tremblay. Rough night.
Tell me about it. You know it hasn't been 3 months.
Croissant, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's for real. That's crazy.
Murphy! Who's my good girl?
Murphy's a girl?
I don't understand it. She's usually a very good judge of character.
Yeah. We all have our blind spots.
I know Murphy was a girl.
I have croissants.
Oh,
She said it. She said it. Murphy's a girl, and she has
so,
implants
for official
too.
purposes, are you Vivian Chase, former rank of captain in Overwatch, call sign Sojourn?
I am.
And have you been in compliance since the Petrus Act terminated Overwatch's charter? No vigilante activity?
Wherever you're going, let's just get there.
We intercepted this a while back. Just broke the encryption. I take it you saw it already.
And you know that I didn't respond. I have a good life now, Noah. It's clean, simple.
Right. But how could you...
Kingdom Hearts reference.
Heck, I was inspired. And those are your people out there, violating the Petrus Act. Am I supposed to just trust that you're not?
Murphy, down.
Oh,
Croissants getting
Murphy.
cold.
You have a presence in the area, yes? You hear things. Hear anything about an underground Omnic insurgency? Last night, my unit was investigating an extremist cell with ties to Null Sector.
Maybe you
Got
shouldn't have
more
went in
than
there
we
with 4
bargained
guys.
for.
Yeah, duh. Come on.
But then something, someone, happened.
This is so cool.
Without that person, my team might have died.
Might have? You guys got smoked in like 3 seconds, bro.
But
You
I have
were
to do my duty.
would have. Yes, you would have died.
So you need to account for your whereabouts last night.
I don't know what to tell you. I was home with Murphy.
They can't
Here's
verify
the
your
thing,
implants. Ooh.
I found this after the raid. Slug from an Elkaton Kelvin 87 railgun. Same model you used in Overwatch. I never told you this, but I joined the agency partly because of you. Testifying at the Petrus hearings.
I have a lot to say about
Doing
this
what
entire
you
ordeal.
thought was right.
Doing what you think is right can be complicated. The Overwatch I joined was about raising the world up. Making it a better place. But by the end, we lost sight of our mission. I don't regret what I did. but it was the hardest decision I ever made. Do what you think is right, Agent Tremblay.
He still has no proof.
What the?
Ooh, yikes.
Last night's raid. The insurgency. It's all connected.
You got the new Kuroshi optics, bro.
CSIS Unit 37, Toronto is under attack. The Null Sector. Agent in the van, secure the streets at Beverly and Queen.
Wait, what?
Rooftop, I need bird's eye views. Find me a route to evacuate civilians.
Who is that? Tremblay, are you there?
This is Tremblay. Do what she says. She's our best hope. Vivian. Orders, Captain?
Oh, we did the John Wick reload.
Stay on the comms. We've got to
Well, it wasn't a
save
reload,
the
he
city.
just had him in the chamber. But you get the point. Alright, before I get copyrighted. The thing I don't understand is I'm pretty sure they disbanded Overwatch because of Reaper killing people, right? Like Reyes, as not Reaper but Reyes, when he killed that guy, and then Blackwatch got outed, and then trust in Overwatch was lost, therefore they were forced to disband. That's kind of the whole deal, right? But you look at these guys, these are the only people who, with this like roster of characters, like half of them are Overwatch, right? You look at like Widow, she's Talon, Doomfist, Talon, Junker Queen, she's a Junker, whatever. You got the same thing with Roadhog and Junkrat. A third of these characters are Overwatch related. They're the only people with the capabilities and the weaponry and the skills to take out the Omnics. That CSIS group went into what he thought was an Omnic underground insurgency rising with 4 agents, none of which were super chromed out, none of which were particularly prepared or experienced, and they all were going to die, right? Sojourn herself did what a squad of 4 agents couldn't do. I don't know why they keep outlawing these guys. Maybe they should recommission them, not as Overwatch, but as individual agents. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, you would not want these people operating on their own. You'd probably want them to be closer to you and in the agency and registered and able to be monitored at that point, wouldn't you? I don't know, you'd think. It's like Spider-Man, right? It's just crazy to me. You have like a creature like Winston with the super intelligence that he has. He probably outclasses multiple scientists. It's just, I don't know. You have people like Ryan. I mean, D was obviously in Korea, I think, usually. I mean, this, that, and the other, but it's just wild to me that they are so vehemently against bringing Overwatch back in any capacity, or even like the individual agents to be commissioned by any of these agencies that are out there. I don't know. I think it's silly. think it's pretty stupid for them to be like, huh, let's just not utilize one of our strongest assets throughout the world, Overwatch, ex-Overwatch agents. We need to Overwatch? I honestly, yeah, I agree. I'll start it. You know, like, unironically, my real life goals, I think it would be cool to have an agency like that. Like, I would love to start my own agency. If I had the ability to do that, if I had the funding and the, like, belief. I mean, there's so many agencies today. Then you can join, haha. No, seriously. I would love to found an agency like that. I would love to have an agency that built public relations and trust throughout the entire world. Like, we arrive on scene and you don't get sketched out, you don't get scared. Like, I wish that I was part of a group that when you arrived on scene, people knew they were safe. That's the kind of agency that I would like to build, that I would like to be a part of. But I guess, truthfully, the real world isn't as illustrious as Overwatch, right? It's not like we can pull up with our giant 7-foot German man in a shield while the rest of us, like, prep our guns and get ready to take out robots. Or our giant talking gorilla scientists. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of stupid how they're not utilizing half of these characters. Like Farah, for example, even her, she's young. I mean, Kiriko, I don't even think she's part of Overwatch. I think she's just kind of on her own. I think Genji is the only the only one of those three trio that's affiliated with Overwatch. Hans is obviously not. He's probably, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he has money left over from his dad's empire, criminal underworld. But I feel like Hanzo is so prideful that he wouldn't accept that. Hanzo House Tour win. Make it help the environment. Symmetra can die. Zenyatta could be Zenyatta. No. I don't know. But we'll call it there for the stream. It's getting super late for me. I gotta get up pretty early tomorrow. Rashito, what are you doing here? You're the reason I'm ending stream. No, we just watched the Sojourn cinematic. I didn't know Sojourn had a cinematic. It's super late for you, yeah. Checking in with my Poogie. Well, bro, you better leave a like. That's what you should do. Make sure you drop a sub. Nah. But yeah, Star, good talk. Thanks for hanging out. I might stream tomorrow. I don't know. I might do Ghost Runner. Maybe. What else do we have? Let me check. Tokyo Psychodemic. We could do that. I think that one would be pretty well liked by the stream. Bye. Have a good night. Alright, Star. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy. You too, Rashito. Alright. I'll catch you guys later. You buy the skins? No, not yet. You want to buy me the skins? If you buy them for me, then I'll get them. I'm joking, obviously. Don't spend $70 on Overwatch skins. I might buy one. I might pick up Sombra or Kiriko. I'm not sure yet. We'll see when they leave. You just want the Sombra skin? Yeah, same. I either want Sombra or Kiriko. I don't know. But yeah, I'll probably go live tomorrow. I should be off of work at 5 o'clock my time, which is varying for a lot of you. Shoot. You got your notification right now? After an hour? What the heck, YouTube? I had to slide Susan Wojcicki. Whatever her name is. I'll slide her too. I'll slide Vladimir Putin. I'll slide Kim Jong-un, and I'll slide Susan Wojak-face. I'll slide all of them at the same time, simultaneously, in the ring. I don't know, bruh. Yeah, YouTube kind of stinks. But yeah. And we got 5 viewers. Why do we pee right when I end? Grah. You done stream? Yeah, I mean, I should have streamed earlier, to be honest. I was just going through it, though. But yeah. Tomorrow, maybe, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know what I'll play. We'll play by ear. Either Tokyo Psychodemic or probably more Overwatch, but we'll... I don't know. But have a good night, everybody. I will catch you, hopefully, soon. You stream. Yeah, no, Overwatch is not overworking me. The only thing Overwatch is doing is giving me high blood pressure, but that's nothing new. But yeah. I should see you guys tomorrow, maybe, hopefully. If not, then maybe Monday night? Monday evening-ish? I don't know. Take it easy and stay safe, guys.